Guess what? I love you. Yes, I love you. I love you so, so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. If you're hearing my voice right now, please know this. It's not an accident. There is no accidents, and this is not just coincidence that my message found you. You incredible soul, spirit, having this human experience together. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also a painful thing. And I'm here to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everyone that's tuning in and just hearing this message, giving yourself permission to hear a life-bringing message of hope, of transformation, of change. You know, all I've ever wanted was to become the man that I always needed in my life. And it's a beautiful thing when I can start to look in the mirror and see this healed version of myself. A man that has fully aligned with his highest purpose for the greatest good. Does that make me better than you? No, it's not about being better. It's just that God has led me through the trials and the tribulations and the challenges and the setbacks and the rock bottom moments in order for me to continue growing and expanding so that I could get to this place, so that I can then turn around and try and help people that are going through similar circumstances that I've been through along my own life path, along my life's journey. And ultimately, I truly believe that as you start to choose you to heal, to grow, to expand, that you're going to be given the same exact opportunity. That we're all literally just walking each other home. Well, where's home? Home is in the spiritual realm. And I think that's one of the pieces that's so important. Sometimes we can get so caught up on what is happening here and now on this planet or in our life. You know, sometimes I brush off and I laugh at first world problems. The first world problems, complaining, criticizing, judging, crying about things that we literally probably have no control over. But sometimes it's just our expectations not being met, or we put this standard on people that are supposed to be serving us. And when they don't meet our own expectations that we probably won't even do for ourselves, we turn nasty. Why is that? You know, how many of us do you think, are you someone that's literally acting out major parts of your day in fear? Are you someone that's judging others, right? Are you someone that's so focused on what someone else is doing because you don't want to be focused on what you're doing and what you're needing to do? It's not even what you're doing, it's what you're not doing. It's the things you're avoiding, right? It's the real work, the emotional heavy lifting, the healing, giving yourself permission to re-identify yourself in a way that challenges you, in a way that brings out a better version of yourself, versus just continuing to settle and say, I'm good. For some reason, maybe it's your age, maybe it's your experiences. Sometimes you just gotta stop. Smell the roses, smell the flowers, right? Smell some lavender right now. Just to have a new input. To just appreciate the small things in life. We're all stressed out. We're all going through something. You're going through something. What are you going through right now? I appreciate those of you that are finding the strength and the courage and the clarity and the confidence to be able to share some of the tough challenges that you're facing right now. This is my heart's desire when it comes to the results kill excuses community, right? Is that we can truly connect ourselves as like-minded humans throughout the world, that we share this common trait that we're going to do life on life's terms, that we're going to get real and honest and be authentic with ourselves. We're going to quit bullshitting ourselves, quit bullshitting others. And we're going to wake up every single day and say, how can I get a little better? Did you fall on your face yesterday, or did you chalk up some wins? What kind of a day did you have yesterday? Was it a day full of wins and abundance and things that you could truly build on today? Or did you fall flat on your face? Did you have a relapse? Did you double down on your addictions? Triple down, quadruple down? I've been there. I know what it is, man. When you get like a little relapse, it's like you don't even just kind of relapse. You say like, oh, I'm going to go all big. I'm going to go big. I'm just going to totally like indulge times 10. And it's so sad because we do it like compulsively. It's a compulsion, right? And it doesn't fill us. We do it and we lose. There's a lot of energy that we lose. And it's so sad because the true thing that we're seeking is for us to just validate ourselves. Do you need help learning how to validate yourself? Right? Truly looking in the mirror and starting to love who you are fully, authentically. This is called self-discovery. This is called self-love. Is like when you can truly start to understand yourself, recognize your true self, and love yourself, but love yourself enough that you're not gonna stay stuck in a frame of mind. You're gonna allow yourself to have a growth mindset. You're willing to look at things different. You're willing to say, man, I'm carrying around a lot of grief. I'm carrying around a lot of pain. I'm carrying around a lot of anger. I'm carrying around a lot of failure and guilt and shame and all these negative emotions. And you're carrying it inside the deepest, darkest part of your soul. And yet, are you willing to say it's time to start unpacking some of these feelings? And I'm going to tell you straight up, some of y'all really need to open your mind and be willing to get some professional help, some medical professional help. Some of you need not only professional medical help, you need peer support. You need to hire a coach like myself or someone else to hold you accountable. But at the end of the day, neither of those two things is going to get the job done for you. It really does take you really putting your own feet to the fire and developing a level of self-discipline that no matter how you feel, you're going to do it. And do what? It's the things that you need to do. And it's not always the things we want to do, right? If you're someone, depending on what type of an addiction you have, you know, what is it going to take for you to start releasing the addiction? Do you need to go cold turkey? Do you need to just like literally get extreme like that? Or is it something you need to wean yourself off of? Do you need to make small tweaks and adjustments so that you can start rebuilding your self-confidence? Which is a huge part of this experience that I've had to go through. I've had to rebuild my entire self-confidence and also my self-trust. Do you trust yourself? In all situations. Not just in general, but like literally, do you trust yourself in those situations that trigger your negative responses, your, fight or flight, so that you're not going to cause a bigger problem, that you're not going to leave your situations worse off than they were before. I know me, I didn't trust myself. And the craziest part about that is I didn't understand why. Why couldn't I control myself? I tried to talk my way through it in therapy. I tried all these different things. And then yet, here I was. I gave up alcohol. I gave up weed. I started working out. And then yet, I would be in a relationship, right, which is where most of my triggers happen. And there would be an argument. There would be a fear of abandonment because of a small miscommunication. And I would get all confrontational and erupt. Obviously deteriorating emotional safety and security. And that's not a good place for a guy like me to be. I'm going to push people that I genuinely love and care about and want to be close with. I'm going to push them away. They're no longer going to feel safe and secure in my presence because, yeah, they may love me, but if they can't feel safe and secure with me 24 hours a day, then, that's going to really erode the glue that is necessary for there to be intimacy, for there to be closeness, which is ultimately what speaks to my love language. And if you're someone that's self-sabotaging your relationships, right, the opportunities that continue to present themselves to you, which are really, it's really opportunities for growth. If you're someone that continues to show a pattern of self-sabotage, right, it's pretty common for people to be afraid of success, for people to be afraid of healing, for people to so many of us are so programmed with bad habits that we're afraid to actually have good habits and to actually feel worthy of success. Do you struggle with worth? I know that that's something that I continue to chip away at every day, is saying I am worthy. I am worthy of my dreams. I am worthy of my goals. I am worthy of the vision that I see for myself. And I know that my logical mind always wants to jump in there and say, but come on, that's not possible. You don't have X, Y, Z. So there's no way. It's impossible. So all the doubt comes up, all the fears come out, all the shame comes out, all the guilt comes up. Does this connect with you? Stay tuned. Continue tuning into this because your time is now. There's nothing wrong with you when you're processing this. But when you have this, you have created a pattern of addiction. And it could be a lot of things, right? Addiction isn't just hardcore drugs and alcohol. I mean, you could be addicted to gaming nowadays. You could be addicted to shopping. You could be addicted to negative thinking. You could be addicted to pornography. You could be addicted to gambling. You could be addicted to social media, sports and entertainment, food. Food is such a big one, man. I still struggle with that one. Full transparency. It's still something that I am working on releasing, that when I'm feeling stressed, when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, when I'm feeling a little unsure and a little less confident in myself and my situation, there's something about wanting to go towards, a sweet or a savory type of food, usually in the form of a snack, that I know that by ingesting that in my body, it's not going to get me closer to my goals, which then leads to a bigger piece. If you don't have goals, then what in the heck are you aiming towards? What are you aiming towards in life if you don't have goals? But here's the thing, so many people have totally eviscerated a covenant with themselves that your own word to yourself means shit. It literally carries no weight, no value. It has no integrity. You've lost it. Because how many times have you said over and over and over again that it's going to be different this time? This time is going to be the time. It's going to be different. I'm going to make the change. This is going to last, right? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, only to go back in a matter of weeks, months, to hit the relapse, to fall back into a comfort zone. How many times has this happened? How many more times does it have to happen? How much tougher does your life have to get? Because if you're anything like me, right? If I didn't make changes, I knew that my life was going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. It doesn't get better. You need to realize this, right? Your life is either getting better or it's getting worse. You can't just sit there in neutral. There's neutrality. If you're sitting there kind of just saying, well, I'm just doing the same thing. I'm comfortably fine. I have a pattern. I feel good about myself. There's been some of you commenting on there like, hey man, I'm good. Well, if you're good, you're good. But I believe that at the end of your life, whenever that is, right? That it's then that the regret kicks in. That it's like, oh man, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have tried that one thing I was so afraid to try. I wish I would have got out of my thinking mind and really said, let me take this leap of faith. I don't know what is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm nervous. But let me just see what happens if I do this, if I actually try to learn this process. And that's a big part of the fear, right? Is most of the things that we're going to be faced with in terms of growth and expansion of ourselves is going to require us to let go of our beliefs and take a step, a quantum leap of faith into the unknown. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage. And it really does take someone saying, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? I mean, this life does go by so fast. We've all heard it. It goes by fast, but I'm almost 46 years young. And the other day, I saw somebody that I think graduated when I was a freshman. They were juniors, and it's like they just celebrated their 30-year reunion. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been adulting for 30 years. The math doesn't even add up in my mind. But that's where I'm at. I'm getting there. And it goes by that fast. It really does. Years just slip by. And yet, if you're not living with intention every single day, I mean, there's no days off. And why would you want to take a day off? Life is the greatest gift. And you're not guaranteed to live to your old age. You don't know. No one knows. Nobody knows. No one's guaranteed shit except that we're all going to die. And even that, it's like morbid, but it's true. And I think a lot of more people need to wrap their head around the fact that some of y'all are killing yourself slowly by your habits, by your bad habits, by your addictions, by your patterns. I mean, you're literally causing your own disease by what you're eating. You're literally causing your own suffering by what you're thinking. You're literally causing your own problems medically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and financially by the things that you are doing. You. And you're not helpless. And I'm here to speak life into you, to plant seeds of hope and optimism, to let you know that I see your potential. And the reason why I see your potential is because, one, I've seen what I've been able to accomplish. And I also look around me and I see what other people are able to accomplish. And if someone else can accomplish something, well, so can you. I challenge you right now. You're faced with something significant, a really challenging situation in life that you think, man, I'm the only person. This guy has no idea what I'm going through. I got this and this and this going on and this going on and like this hardship. I challenge you to use the internet, to do some research about people that have overcome, and then kind of fill in like a description of your situation. And you're going to be blown away that, guess what? There are people out there telling their story about how they overcame crazy amounts of adversity, crazy amount of situations, trauma, and ungodly things, but they've overcome it. And those stories should give you the hope and the courage to know that you also have the power inside of you. You have everything you need right now. You have everything you need right this moment to be successful in anything you put your mind to, your heart to, your strength towards. Right now, you can be successful. Right now, you can set yourself free. You are good enough for a healthy relationship. You are good enough to do life on life's terms. You are good enough and more and powerful enough to release your addictions, your vices, your pain, your suffering, your PTSD. You can be healed right here, right now, but it starts with you believing this stuff. And you have to shift your identity. If your identity is wrapped in that you're a victim, that you've been taken advantage of, that you're somebody that's whatever label, I really warn you. I warn you, as I just saw 222 pop up. I really caution you. Please, please, please mind your words. The thing, especially labels that you apply to yourself. Like, this is not just, it's not time to joke. Please stop joking about labels about yourself that are not empowering. This shit really does impact you in ways that if you're not fully awake, if you're not fully in the spiritual realm to see how this stuff impacts you, it impacts you in a negative way. It holds you back. It's literally like chains. You're chained up. You're chaining up yourself. You are putting yourself in captivity versus setting yourself free. And I'm here to show you, you can be set free. You don't need that shit. Whatever it is, you don't need it. You are good enough. You have everything you need. You think, oh, well, money's going to solve my problems. Guess what? It could make your life a lot better. But before money solves your problems, you need to feel valuable enough to be the magnet to attract the abundance, the wealth, the prosperity, the ideas that you then act on, that bring about you as a magnet. It's not you chasing the bag, it's you attracting. You need to become an attraction, which is a magnet. You are a powerful magnet. So if you have negative thoughts, boom, you're bringing in negativity into your life. If you start thinking positive thoughts, you start bringing in positivity in your life. So you choose. And yes, it feels uncomfortable, especially if you look around your life and you're like, holy shit, this guy has no idea how bad my shit is right now. But you still, regardless of how bad it is, if you shift your frame of mind, there's a saying that God doesn't necessarily want to change your circumstances. He wants to change you in the midst of your circumstances. What does that mean? That means that the sooner that you start to shift who you are, if you feel mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, or financially broken right now, you need to start, if you start, you could do whatever you want. If you start saying the opposite of what your circumstances is, right? I love being mentally stable. I love being emotionally stable. I love being spiritually abundant. Add that word. I've transcended even just I'm grateful. Put I love and then express the desired outcome that you would want. I love being free of my addictions. I love doing life on life's terms. I love having healthy relationships. I love waking up every single day and living my dream life. I love being financially stable. I love having healthy relationships. It's like this is how it works. It is the shift in who you are, in your identity. And you can say it. I love to write it down. And if you're someone that's interested in some self-discovery, guess what? I have a resource for you. If you haven't yet, type in those 3 magic words, results kill excuses, into the App Store on your phone. Download the app, and in there, you're going to see that there's 25 self-discovery courses, video guidance, downloadable worksheets for you to start putting in some of this work, looking in the mirror of who you are, starting to shift your identity. The self-discovery is step 1, with the final desire being to get to a place of self-mastery. We start at the discovery. We work our way to mastery. And I'm here to support you every step of the way, because I ain't going nowhere. I'm all in. Are you all in? Is today your day? If today's your day, comment down below. I'm all in. Today's my day. Like this message, share the message. Thank you to everybody that's been subscribing. It means the world to me to know that my time is now. And if my time is now, guess what? Guess what? Your time is now. This is how it works. We are in this together. The greatest gift is life. The second greatest gift is connection. And I couldn't be more thankful to be connected with you, hearing this message, being inspired and challenged to become the best version of yourself. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it would not be worth it. Greg's out.